guys, welcome back to another episode of Nerd Rant.
Bruh, you sly pickle fart. He literally starts off by saying...
Wait, don't even say your name, don't say your name. Big news. Guys, get the camera. Mozart just dropped. Did you see that?
No.
There's a new Mozart song.
New?
New, it's never been heard before. It was discovered in a German library between when he was 10 and 13 years old, and it's never been released before. So it's a brand new Mozart song in 2024.
Babe, wake up, Mozart just dropped.
No, that's like... Did you also know that there's a Beatles song that dropped this year?
Seriously?
Yeah, so apparently it was like a corrupted file, and some kind of technology came out where they were able to break it up to like separate the piano from the voice, and they were able to like combine everything together, and it was a new song. Anyway, who are you? Because there's some other big news we got to talk about, but you know that was my hook. Big news.
I'm JJK Junior Wolf, and you're confusing.
So what's today?
Who are you? You have to say who you are. It's your turn.
I said I'm Dr. Zombros, and no Seth.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. It was over you.
You said this is Nerd Rant, and then you...
By the way, root beer.
Sigh. I don't even know what to do with you anymore. Anyways, guys, today's a big day for the podcast.
That's why I said big news. We had to start with a big hook.
Yeah, obviously Mozart, but no, it's a big day.
What's the day?
It's our 100th episode. Woo!
That's
Party
crazy.
popper sound effects if I'm good enough at editing to find those and put them in. Woo!
Good luck. Just do a generic round of applause. That's crazy. I know we said it last week too. Remember when we started this? Like we did a few episodes, then we went live for a while.
Yeah, we were technically on the radio. Like technically,
not technically, we were.
I mean, it wasn't like a radio station. Like it wasn't like an FM, was it? It was just online.
It was online, but it was worldwide online.
Yeah. So live online.
Yeah. But also in a studio.
I mean, technically we could still do live if we put in enough effort, but that's a whole other day.
That's a whole other thing. But we also had ad breaks and everything, which I'm kind of happy we don't have to deal with anymore.
Yeah.
We also don't do Zoom anymore, so we don't have to end after. We don't have to recall.
Yeah.
Those are fun times. Man.
Ugh.
So anyway, so chat, normally I'm the one that comes up with a random idea, and then I throw JJ under the bus because he has no idea what to talk about either until the episode has already started or 2 minutes before, but I do research leading into it. Because
I've had my fair share of ideas.
Most of the time it's me, let's be honest.
Bruh, I did the Dragon Prince one. That was mine.
Good job.
I'm sure there's more. I'm just not remembering.
But this time, it's another JJ episode. He's thought of an idea. I have no idea where we're going today. He said he had an idea for a big 100, big triple digits, big hundo. Benjamin. You should title it Benjamin.
No, I'll just put $100 bill on the thumbnail. But yeah, anyway, so a little bit of backstory here. The other day I was in a 4-hour car ride and I was listening to the podcast episodes and I was like, I want a general one because I didn't want to listen to one that was specifically about a game or one that was specifically about a movie. And I was scrolling through, I was like, we don't really have anything that's not specific. And I was like, we have our trailer and we have the one episode that you threw upon me where we just kind of chatted for a bit. And so it was like, okay, well, maybe for 100, it's due time that we have something that's not specific. We have something that's kind of just about general stuff. Obviously, we're still going to keep it to video games and movies if we can, because that's the subject of our podcast, but nothing specific.
Yeah.
Right? So I have 2 different things pulled up here just to kind of get us talking. I have a list of 50 just general questions about video games and preferences, and then 50 trivia questions if we decide to go for that too.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. Do we want to start with some trivia, or do we want to start with just like our video game preferences, I guess is the best description.
Like what we like, and then we'll see if we actually know what we like. Because assuming our preferences, we will know things, and we'll see if we know those things.
That's fair, I suppose. All right,
by the way,
then. So
I do
guess...
need to preference this, because if you are somewhat newer and you haven't listened to our preferences, because we've kind of mentioned them, but you've mostly listened to like very specific topics. I mostly play FPS games, but this year, last year, I feel like, I know leading into last year,
over the past 2 years, pretty much since we started the podcast, he's been venturing into other games.
Well,
a little bit more.
Last year, my goal was to play 3, and I barely played 3.
Your goal was to finish 3.
Finish 3, and I barely played 3. However, this year, I have done a lot more. I have not finished a lot, but I have played a lot more single-player games.
Yes.
I know some, and I'm learning more. I'm playing a lot more. I just got the highest tier of PlayStation Plus, so I'm gonna be playing a bunch more games, whether that just be halfway through, fully completing. If I enjoy it, whatever. Whereas on the flip side, JJ is definitely more of the single-player type game. So he's played a lot of games.
I have played hundreds of games in my lifetime. So yeah, we'll figure this out as we go. But this is another reason we can do this kind of episode now, because
I'm venturing out.
Stepped out of his circle a little bit, and we can actually figure out what the heck his taste is.
I know what it is. It's God of War. Sigh. Anyway, let's get into it.
Question 1. What type of video game do you enjoy playing most? So pretty much just which genre is your favorite?
I want to say, I don't know, would you say FPS or multiplayer? I think I might, would you say like multiplayer is a genre?
I wouldn't call that a genre,
in this,
no.
Okay,
I would say
probably
FPS would be the closer.
I'd say FPS then.
All right, I would probably say, and I hate that I have to use this here, but RPG is what they have listed as an option here. I'm not going to use that as my answer because we literally have a whole series of episodes about how that's stupid.
Not stupid, just confusing. If you don't really understand what an RPG is, because we don't, listen to us explain what it isn't in one of our gaming genres episodes.
Yeah, which are strewn across the past year, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, so if I had to get more specific, I'd probably go with open world kind of narrative based games.
So give an example so that way people can kind of know what you're talking about.
Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
Or
just so
they know. Jedi Survivor. Those are two of my big ones.
I don't think I have to explain to chat what an FPS game is.
Yeah, it's frames per second game.
I think question 2.
What type of video game aesthetic do you prefer? So, do you prefer like games that have like a sci-fi aesthetic, fantasy, historical, steampunk?
So, I know I said God of War once or twice. I've finished God of War 2018 and Ragnarok and the Valhalla DLC. I'd probably say that. I really like that type of aesthetic. And actually, I know I have Odyssey. I'm tempted to try to, because I can stream Valhalla. I'm tempted to try Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because I really like that era. Because I kind of like fantasy, and it's a little mixed with fantasy and a little bit more
give it a go.
Real stuff.
If you enjoyed, that Viking aesthetic, definitely go for Valhalla. Like, I don't have anything against Valhalla. It's just simply not an Assassin's Creed game. It is a fantastic Viking experience game, though. So if that is what you are looking for, go play it.
So yeah, I'm tempted to try that. But probably, if that's whatever that would be, that Norse, Greek mythology type aesthetic, Viking aesthetic.
So, all right. Next question. We have
you.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have to answer, don't I?
You're not quizzing
Expect
me.
that a couple times here. Expect that a couple times. I'm gonna forget that I didn't actually say things. For me, that's hard because I like games that have kind of like a magical aesthetic to them, if that makes sense. Like things that have a lot of like, what's a good word to describe it? Like essence, like very colorful, like you can tell there's magic being used kind of thing. Like
I mean,
a good
you love Harry
example
Potter,
of
so
yeah. A good example of it though was gosh, what was the game that I played literally this year? It's gonna escape me now that I need to remember it. Hold on, it's on Game Pass.
Oh hey, hurricane update. Great. Okay, guys, if I cut out, I might be dead.
What? Don't
Kidding.
die?
Nah. Chance of
That's
a
not a good
hurricane hitting
idea.
us this far in is insane.
I could see it though, honestly.
Knowing our luck, in the middle of our 100th episode, I could see it. Anyway,
Why is that like something we see as likely? That's probably not a good thing.
it's not a good thing. By the way, with the Fortnite episode, there was some creative news last week. Did you see there was some creative news like last night?
What's that?
Yeah, first person's coming. There's another thing that's happening. It's great.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying
here
to
it is.
distract. Okay, there you go.
Immortals of Avium. That's
Gotcha.
what it was.
Gotcha.
Yes, that game had a great aesthetic. So things like that I really enjoy, but I'm not ever opposed to like a cyberpunk aesthetic as well.
I was about
like
to say that's what
neon
I
lights
figured,
and stuff.
but then yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, question 3. How about we
What
do
type of-
10 questions and then we'll do 10 trivia just time wise, and then we
we'll
can
go back and forth.
depending on how
Alright.
much time we have left.
Gotcha. What type of video game controller do you prefer? So that goes for like, traditional like PlayStation, Xbox, motion controllers, touchscreen, keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, touchscreen Fortnite's peak. I'm kidding. Keyboard and mouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like keyboard and mouse, but
Yeah.
I think honestly I'd rather say controller recently.
I would
I-
say, I do want to just preface, I think if I got more used to it, VR could be one. I just haven't used it enough to get there.
Yeah. I've just enjoyed having, like, I've played keyboard and mouse for a long time, like 2 or 3 years, only that. And so finally, like, swapping over to controller almost exclusively, it's been like, as I'm playing through these single player games, it's a lot more immersion because your keyboard
Yeah.
doesn't vibrate, So holding a controller that's going to vibrate and, do all these different things while you're playing, I kind of like that a little more, especially for story games. So
That's fair. I think the difference is the fact that I like more multiplayer FPS games. So with that being my favorite genre, that's not going to affect me. Whereas for you play more of those single player games, so that controller will be more optimal. If I was playing single player games, it's going to be the PS5 controller for the haptic feedback and all that kind of stuff. But because I was just playing XDefiant earlier, and there's still no keyboard and mouse support, and it just feels awful because it feels so stiff after playing the BO6 beta and Modern Warfare 3 and Fortnite. Like, I'm very fast. Like, I have a high sensitivity, and it just feels really stiff on controller. Anyway.
all right. So what type of game difficulty are you looking for? Like, I know we kind of said this before the episode, but like, do you aim more for games that are, extreme difficulty or ones that you can just cruise through?
I think... I don't know if this is an answer, but I'm going to say it. One where you can select one. And you can select...
Then which one do you select?
Two. Like, depending on what it is. So, like, God of War, I played on, like, the normal, easy one, just going through the story. But then once I finish, I want to go back on New Game Plus and probably go on, like, the second highest difficulty or, like, something harder. Just one where it gives you an option. Because that just adds more replayability. I can breathe through the story and have fun, but then I can also play it harder easily because there's just that difficulty menu.
Yeah. For me, I like to play on hard most of the time. I think hard is a good balance of like challenge and still being able to have fun with the story, because I don't want to like push myself into like the very hard or even like the Souls-like games, because I can get angry at times. So I'm like, I don't want to go too far that way. But at the same time, I don't want it to be so easy that I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything when I, complete a level or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I tend to put it on hard, give myself a little challenge, but still have fun.
Fair enough.
All right. So I know you haven't played a whole lot or finished a whole lot, but what type of like gameplay story styles do you prefer? Like linear, sandbox, like your non-linear ones, action-oriented?
I'd say, because I haven't, like you said, I haven't completed, but the games that I have completed have been linear, God of War, but I do really like the open worlds, like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Odyssey, that seems a little bit more open world, like generally more open world-ish type games.
That's one of the reasons I really liked the Jedi games, because like they were open world to an extent. The story was extremely linear. Like there weren't really any side quests you could do. It's you have the main story and you can pursue that, or you can go get collectibles. And so it gave the sense of having one sole story and then also allowing you to explore and find things and that kind of thing. So I really like that kind of balance.
Okay.
Let's see here. A lot of these questions are like the same thing, just phrased differently. So I'm trying to find one since we're narrowing it down here. Like,
Gotcha.
What's a good one? What type of game mechanics do you enjoy using the most? Like crafting mechanics, exploration, combat, puzzle solving?
I'd probably say a mix of combat and exploration. Speaking of crafting, because, by the way, chat, I don't know if you realize this, we kind of started on Fortnite. We do a lot of Fortnite. I kind of miss crafting. I saw a tweet earlier about, like, remember these, and a lot of people are saying save the world, and I was like, imagine we had the crafting menu in our inventory, and you got scrap, like, the nuts and bolts the same, and that's how you can make mods. You craft the mod with nuts and bolts. That'd be cool.
Yeah. For me, I'd probably say exploration. I do really enjoy combat, and like nothing compares to good combat, but I love collectathons, especially if they like amount to something. If it's just a collectible that doesn't do anything, then I'm like, eh. But if it's something that'll actually help me in my playthrough, I will go and collect every single thing. Like the Skywalker Saga is a great example. I collected every single brick in that entire game, which was like 1,300 something, I think.
Nice.
And they're all like mini individual puzzles, so I love me some good exploration. This is a weird question, so I'm gonna ask it. What type of game AI do you prefer? So like in NPCs and stuff, as you look at different games, like there's a lot of different ways that people handle their NPCs. There's like the more tactical ones where they're working with each other. A good example would be like Gears of War, where they're like hiding behind cover and trying to correlate their movements. Then there's like the realistic ones where it's all about movement and make sure the movement is fluid and make sure they're not doing anything that a real person wouldn't do. Then you have your like stupid AI. It's just like, oh, was that a sound over there? Let's go investigate. Like, just give me like an example of like what's a good level of NPC you found in a game.
That's really awkward.
I know, it's a weird question.
It's a weird
but
question.
I think it's kind of intriguing.
See, this is where like a lot of the games I've played, it's been single player, right? Like I don't play with like I think the best chance would be like Atreus and like God of War. But I'd say some of the best. Does it have to be friendly NPC or could it be enemy?
No, friendly or enemy.
I'd probably
as long as it
say
has an AI.
I really liked the Last of Us. Those like the enemy, whatever the zombies are. Completely blanking on it. I really like those, which is kind of funny because they are kind of the quote unquote stupid ones that hurt something. But it's not because they're stupid. It's because they can.
I mean, it's more of like the realistic stupid, right?
Yeah. Because
like
you have to like
they're not
really
meant
be
to be
quiet.
smart NPCs, but they play off the way that they're supposed to play off really well.
Yeah. So I really like those. How about you?
For me, I honestly prefer my NPCs a little more stupid at times because, especially coming from the Assassin's Creed games, the NPCs were never super smart in those. They're never like super observant. And that's honestly where I've had the most fun with it, is when I like can predict how an NPC is going to like see or move, stuff like that. And so I can like plan out how am I going to take out all of these people without being spotted.
Yeah.
All right. What type of game visuals do you prefer? This will be our 10th question.
Okay.
We have like 2D, 3D, cartoon, photorealistic. Like, what do you tend to drift towards when looking at video games?
I'd say 3D, more on the cartoony side. I know we did an episode on this as well with gameplay aesthetics and like styles, and I'd really like, not that Borderlands is my favorite, but I like that. That's one reason why I drove to Fortnite so much versus like Warzone or PUBG. It has more of a cartoony feel to it. But I'm not a huge fan of 2D. I like Terraria, but that's kind of like a rare exception of like some of my favorite games. That's like the only 2D in there.
Yeah.
You?
For me, I probably have to say, like, this is hard because like I like when it's not photorealistic. Like, I don't want my video games to look like reality. It's cool when they can, but I don't like that because I like to know that I'm playing a video game. I'd like to not be in the real world. So I tend to drift more towards the ones that you can tell are like, what's a good way to put it? Like dramatically realistic. So like you can tell it's a little over the top. Then I also really like pixelated games.
Yeah.
Like I've played so many pixelated games, so I will not shy away from those.
Cool. So you don't want the realistic not Uncharted, unrecorded.
See, that's a little different though. Like,
but I mean, if that was like a generic aesthetic and all your games are like that, you wouldn't want it to be like that.
If that was all my games, probably not. But that one specifically,
that's a very specific thing.
It's unique because it handles it in a way that's like you're a body cam, right?
Yeah.
Like it's putting it in a different kind of perspective instead of just being like,
you're not a body cam.
Okay, but you're looking through a body cam.
Okay, we're not a flying camera. We're not a little bean on the game developer thing.
Sigh.
Anyway, trivia time.
Anyways, yay, 10 trivia questions. So these will probably be a lot easier to not have to skip. Number one question here. What's the best-selling video game of all time?
3, 2, 1, Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah.
Wow.
It is absolutely Minecraft. It was not delayed on my side.
Dang. I have delays.
Sigh.
Minecraft.
Anyways, yeah, Minecraft is the best selling. This site actually lists it as Tetris, but that changed a couple years ago. So it is Minecraft. Ooh, this will be interesting. What is the main protagonist of the Metroid series?
No, I know it. It's not Does it begin with an S?
Yeah.
Samus? No.
I think it's Samus.
Samus
Aran.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've never played a Metroid game, but yeah.
Like I said, have I played these? No. I don't know gaming. I know more than just PlayStation gaming too. Like, I know a lot. It's just... Yeah, okay. I'm proud of myself.
What is the release year for the original Legend of Zelda? And I'm not looking at the answers yet, by the way. I'm like... waiting until you guess to scroll down and look. There is some multiple choice here if you need a little boost.
Is it in a decade? I want to say
it's all in the 19s, but 86.
No, I know the 19s.
No, the first Zelda released in 1800s. No, 86, 95, 85, or 98.
What's the one before 98?
85.
I'm guessing 85.
Okay, I'm gonna go 86. 1986 is the answer.
Nice. So we're both close.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's an old series.
That
dude.
is old. Well, think about it. Nintendo is the original. Like, before PlayStation or Xbox, it was Nintendo.
Well, it was also Sega, though.
It was Sega, but what does Sega do
Dreamcast.
nowadays?
All right. Oh, I don't even know if you're going to know this one, though you might know more than me. What is the name of the evil organization in the Final Fantasy series?
Oh, see, I know a little bit, but I thought they were all different, so I don't know.
We have a multiple choice. Do you want it?
Sure, go with multiple choice.
All right. We have the Empire, Sorcerer's Legion, Shinra, or the Order of Darkness.
The first one.
The Empire?
Yeah.
That's Star Wars, my guy.
I know it's in Star Wars, but
No,
none of the other ones
Shinra.
sound familiar. Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I've never played a Final Fantasy game, so...
Next one.
Who is the main protagonist in the Kingdom Hearts series? I do know this
That's
one.
Final Fantasy. I don't know. I literally told JJ before, I just downloaded Kingdom Hearts 3 to try. I haven't gotten there yet.
I've never played them either, but...
Do you know it then?
No, I do. It's Sora.
Sora, okay.
All right. Let's see. What else do we got here? What is the name of the secret police force in the Metal Gear Solid series?
Do you know this one?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Give us the answer.
Here's the multiple choice, and we're just gonna have to guess. We have Foxhound, the Patriots, Big Boss, or Cypher.
Cypher.
I'm gonna go Patriots. You're both wrong. It was Foxhound.
Dang.
What? Oh. What is the name of the main protagonist in the Mega Man series? Zero, Rock, X, or Dr. Willy?
X?
I thought it was just Mega Man. Am I alone in this? I didn't think he had a name. I thought it was just Mega Man.
It's like a superhero name. It's like, he is Mega Man, but that's not his name.
Okay. Let's see. You said X?
Yeah.
Alright, it says the answer's Mega Man. I guess it was a trick question.
Is it? Because I know Mega Man X is one. Dang. Oh, well.
I don't know. That's crazy. No, I would totally see it as like, because even, which game is it? What was it? The one Nintendo series. There's the one character that everybody thinks it's just the name of the game is their name, but it's like they actually have like a human name.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's crazy. So I guess we have to be careful of trick questions.
Yeah. Here. What was the first game ever released for the Nintendo Switch?
The Nintendo Switch? Breath of the Wild, right?
I think so.
Thought that was the launch title.
It's either that or Mario Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
It says Breath of the Wild. Yep, You're right.
Because, yeah, that was like, I know people were talking about that with Tears of the Kingdom and why that was such a big deal, because Breath of the Wild was the launch title and Tears of the Kingdom was doing better.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Last one of our 10. What was the first game to be released on the PlayStation 5?
Ragnarok? No.
Well, wasn't there a game that came with it, like, on the PlayStation 5?
I mean, I got Ragnarok with my PS5, but that was...
No, like a PlayStation, like the tutorial game thing.
Oh,
what was it? It just had a sequel come out, right?
Playroom.
Yeah, that one.
Is that
Wouldn't that have been the first?
Or was that in... Maybe?
Because that launched pre-installed, didn't it?
That did.
Pre-owned on every account?
Like,
yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a PS4 game.
Well, no, because it was showing you, like, the new features of the DualSense controller, wasn't it? Like, that was the whole point.
Yeah. I guess that's
so I guess it would have
it.
to be PS5. Yeah, Astro's Playroom.
Okay. I was just thinking, like I said, I thought that was PS4, like showing, like there was a version on the PS4 showing the PS4 controller and then PS5.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that as,
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Anyways, back to our other questions, I suppose.
I guess so.
What type of game combat do you tend to go for? Melee, ranged, magical, like, what do you tend to go for? I guess class can also be accepted as an answer here, like...
Melee flying.
Melee flying.
Remember my Scarlet playthrough?
Oh, gosh.
Remember I just spammed the flying?
Oh, my word. Just bring everything up into the air and beat it to the ground.
Yep, and you can I kind of do that in God of War. I launch everyone in the air, and I just keep whacking them while they're in the air. So I'm
I guess that's fair, yeah.
Because they're too stunned to do anything. Bruh.
I tend to go with, like, ranged magic, honestly.
I'd
like,
say,
as I said earlier, it kind of goes with my other answer. I go with magic a lot, so I do that, but I tend not to like melee because it gets you hurt more, so I stand back and shoot them from afar with flashy things.
I'd say if, as like a more realistic one, probably like a summoner. Like, I always like Necromancer, Summoner, and Terraria. That'd probably be some of my favorite.
Yeah. What type of game camera angle do you prefer?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd probably say third person locked. Yeah. I was playing, I specifically say locked because I was playing one of the Ghost Recon games, and it's like a full free cam, so I can spin to my side, and it's really awkward and a little jarring. So I like third person, but I like it always staying behind my back.
Yeah. I would probably have to say I don't like first person because I like being able to look at the character that I'm playing as and like the model, and if it has customization, I want to be able to see it on me. So I don't like first person for that reason. But I don't want to say third person either because a lot of third person games can be really janky. I guess.
So what? Second
the best
person?
Answer would yeah, second person set.
Well,
no, I'd probably go with third person unlocked would probably be my answer so that you can fully admire everything.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. How much time do you usually spend playing games at a time? So, like, in one session, how much time would you spend?
I don't know if I can really say that because I struggle with, like, motivation, but, like, FPS games, sometimes I play, like, for, like, 4, 5, 6 hours straight, and then sometimes I'm sitting there, I play for, like, 30 minutes, then I watch some anime. So, it really depends on the game, but also just my energy.
Yeah, that's fair. It'd be a cool feature to have, like, average play session, like, as a stat on your console, because, like, you can see how much time you play a game, but, like, if you had, like, an average play session length, that'd be cool.
Actually, it's not like that, but in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 with the Prestige mode, there will actually be the ability where you can see your date that you prestige, and it'll show your stats in that specific prestige.
Oh, cool. Here. For me, I'd probably say anywhere from, like, 1 to 3 hours. I tend not to sit down for short periods of time, but I also get bored after super long periods of time, and I have to take breaks. So anywhere from 1 to 3 hours tends to be my typical range.
It's funny, because I was going back on my old saves and, like, seeing when I did the saves, and I just sat there from, like, 8 p.m. to, like, 2 a.m. Great.
Here's one that kind of goes in that same vein. When you're playing a game, how long do you want that game to be? Like, do you prefer ones that you can finish in, like, 10 hours, or do you want one that you can absolutely dump time into?
I'd say 15 to 20, but that's just the main quest. If you want to 100% it, whether that, not platinum, but, you know, collect all the sides, like, do all the side stories, not, you know, something like that. you can do that, and that can add another 20 to 200 hours any range.
Yeah.
So I have the ability to play significantly more, but I don't have to sit there and grind 300 hours just to beat the main game.
Yeah, I would probably say, if we're talking just campaign, probably around 30 hours, because I like when there's a little bit of meat to it, but I also don't want it to be drawn out. Like, I've seen games with, like, 60, 80-hour campaigns. That's way too much.
Yeah, that's like a 2-3 games that you could have done. Like,
yeah. So, yeah, I'd say probably around 30 hours for a campaign, but I also want it to be able to be one that I can put time into. Like, I have a lot of time in Jedi Survivor and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so probably, like, 100%ing it, probably give it, like, 70 hours.
Okay.
All right, let's see. What else do we got here? What type of soundtracks do you tend to like? Like, I know you are still, like, only dipping your toes in, but, like, is there one soundtrack that specifically stood out to you? Okay, and what kind of soundtrack is that? Like,
that's just
is there a lot of vocals in it?
Yeah,
is it
there's a little bit of vocals.
Purely, like,
it's a lot more instrumental. So there's not a lot of, like, techiness to it. It's a lot of, like, orchestra mixed with, like, that angelic, like, vocal, like, harmony type of thing.
Yeah,
that really helped me grind through. Like, this God of War and Ragnarok are some of the only games I ever completed, like, single player games, and that really helped. Just every time there was a cut scene or something crazy was happening, that music was playing, and that, like, gives me goosebumps almost every time.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, it's really hard because, like, there are only 3 soundtracks that I've ever really liked, and all of them are drastically different from each other. Like, Scarlet Nexus, you've heard some of that soundtrack. You know, it's very, like, techy and brain punk and, you know, very futuristic. And then you jump over to, like, Nier Automata is another one. And it's, like, very dystopian with, like, weird other language vocals and, like, off tones. And then there's Kingdom vs. Spirits, where it's, like, super, like, chill, calm, slight use of instruments, cool action scenes. It's like, I don't really know what to say. I like most.
If those 3 are, like, some of your favorite, I would say Nier Automata and Scarlet Nexus are definitely on a more similar track, on more of that, like, definitely they have a little bit more techiness to it, like a K-pop, because they're both, or J-pop, I guess, specifically.
Slightly more dystopian.
So I'd say slightly more dystopian J-pop, which is really meant for you. But if those are the 3 that you've given me, that's the commonality that I can see.
I think I just really like it when it suits the gameplay, like when it really fits and has a unique style to the game. So that's when I really think
this soundtrack for God of War Ragnarok would not fit with Spider-Man. That's not going to make Spider-Man better. Well, no, there's definitely some scenes. Continue. Bro, I love it.
What type of video game progression do you prefer? Do you prefer when it's, like, based on levels, or you have to go and, like, learn skills, or, you know, solely on quests, like upping your stats, like a D&D style kind of thing?
Like, I don't like when it's one. I don't like when it's one thing. So if I can do levels, but then I also get skills, like, I can level up, and that's going to increase maybe my base stats or something, but then I can unlock skills through a different mean, like unlocking mana, like points to buy spells. That would be my favorite. I just want as many things to really make it more than just one line of progression.
I personally really like skill trees, so anything that has a skill tree, which usually goes hand in hand with levels, is the thing, because, like, that's how you get skill points in a lot of games. But as long as there's a skill tree, I'm probably going to enjoy it, because that then dictates how many different play styles there are. All right. This one's funny. Do you enjoy violent video games?
See. Top 3 video games: Minecraft, God of War Ragnarok. I guess so. I mean, the amount
violent, but also not graphic? ?
I mean, I do rip people's jaws off.
Yeah, that's certainly something. But you also like Terraria, where it's like, yay, pixels.
But lots of blood pixels when I blow up a zombie.
Lots and lots of red pixels. I don't like gory video games, but I'm not opposed to violence. Like Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite franchises, and you're stabbing people every 5 seconds in that.
I've seen Doom, and I did try like streaming it. I don't think I'd be a super big fan because I'm not a super big fan of gore. Again, Ragnarok just has some other things about it, but violence, like you said, like just in general, like I like fighting, and that's violent. So,
how important is replayability in a game?
I'd say pretty. I will say with Spider-Man, I did really enjoy Spider-Man. That's like the only other game I've completed, the 2018. It was fun, but I felt like it was a little lacking on replayability. Because, like, I guess you could do some stuff like different sets, but it didn't really feel that different. Because it was the same skill abilities for a lot of stuff. Yeah. Whereas God of War, Ragnarok, you can throw a lot of stuff into maybe your axe or your your chains. You have a lot of different armor sets that can make you... Like, I kept getting better armor sets, but I kept the one I had because it gave me a little defense, but it gave me an ability where when I dodge, it gives me a little slow-mo. But I could easily play around that and do a completely different, like, life build, defense build, and that just completely changes the entire game. That it's story-wise it's the exact same, but gameplay I'm playing it completely different. Terraria, great example. Like, I can easily play the base game 4 times at minimum in each of those playstyles, but I can do yo-yos, then bows, guns, like so many different subclasses.
Yeah.
Which is why that's like top 3 game for me.
I think if you're a person that really enjoys a specific game, it's really important to have replayability. But for me, I don't know, I have this sense of urgency that I need to play as many games as possible. So, like, after I beat it once, unless it's one of my favorite games of all time, I'm probably not going to replay it. I might pick it up a couple years down the line when I'm like, yeah, I can pick this up again. But I'm probably not going to touch it again, so I'm not one to usually care for replayability very much.
That's fair. Again, you know, I play a lot of the same games, you know, Minecraft, Terraria, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and JJ's the one that, like, expands and plays a lot of story games, so...
Right, last one in our 10 here. What is your favorite gaming franchise? And I will preface this with it has to include all of the franchise highs and lows.
I don't know yet.
You don't know?
I don't know yet. Because, like, I would say God of War, but I haven't played more than, like, 5 minutes of the first one. So I can't really say that. Call of Duty, I can't say that. I really, really enjoy it, but there's just too many games that I can't say yes. Yeah. I don't know. I would say Minecraft, but then there's Legends.
Yeah.
And Earth. So, honestly, I'd probably say, if I have to give an answer, I'd probably say Minecraft, because you have base Minecraft, and you do have dungeons, and Earth isn't necessarily bad. I'd say Legends is really the only bad one. Even then, it's not bad, it's just eh.
I'm surprised you didn't say Call of Duty.
Well, I said there's plenty of games I don't like. I don't like Vanguard. I refuse to get Modern Warfare 2. The original 3 or whatever. I don't really like Modern Warfare 1 through 3. Advanced Warfare is jank.
Yeah. I guess that's fair.
Because
when you're dealing in a franchise that's as big as that one, it's really hard to not ignore a lot of the lows.
Now, if it was subgenres like Black Ops, then sure. I don't like Black Ops 4 as much, but I can say that. But there's so many. This is 20. We're at 20 different Call of Duty, so there's just so much more chances of... There's just too many negative, like too many low points to really say that as my favorite.
Yeah. For me, I'd probably have to say... And this is hard, because, like, you guys hear me talk about Assassin's Creed all the time. I love Assassin's Creed, but the earlier days of the franchise were not my favorite games. And Valhalla is just not even worth touching to me. But then, like, I don't want to say a small franchise either. Like, 2 games in the Jedi franchise, it's like, okay, well, I don't want to put it all on that, because then if a 3rd game comes out and that's not very good, then that's going to bring the whole franchise down.
I would say, could you maybe say Lego? I know you like Lego a lot. Would you say that? Or would you specify to, like, the Lego Star Wars games?
I feel like that
Lego
would be the same as specifying Black Ops.
So, but I'm saying, like, would Lego be too generic, or would you have to say Lego?
I think I would have to say Lego, but I don't like some of the Lego games. Like the Lego Batman games, I never really cared for. And I know a lot of people will kill me for that, because, like, that's childhood to a lot of people, but I was never really a DC fan.
Are you really going to find a decently big franchise that aren't going to have lows? What is it?
Borderlands.
Okay.
I loved every single one of the Borderlands games I played. The first game was really slow, but each and every one of them I had a great time with, and the humor's great, gameplay's great, and I have nothing but excited hopes. That sentence made more sense in my head for the 4th game when it comes out. So I would say Borderlands is probably my favorite franchise so far.
Okay.
Silence.
Yeah. The next question. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, now we're hopping back to some trivia.
Yep.
Let's see here. No, I'm not going to ask what game features a main character called Kratos. That's too easy.
Great.
What open world game follows the story of an outlaw, Arthur Morgan?
Red Dead Redemption.
I'm glad you knew that, because I don't know anything about those games.
So, the reason I know that is I have this one friend from college, and he has 2 favorite characters, and that is from The Witcher and Red Dead.
Lovely.
So, I do want to play Red Dead Redemption 2. That is a really big game. That I've heard a lot of good things about, I want to say. Because big game does not mean good game.
Here's one. What game allows you to build and manage your own theme park? And I'm going to read the options for this one, because obviously there's a lot out there. So, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Planet Coaster, Cities, Skylines, and The Sims 4. Apparently only one of these you can build your own theme park.
Then I guess Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I feel like Planet Coaster is too...
That sounds like too specific to roller coasters. Whereas, here's the other reason...
Cities, Skylines, and Sims are towns.
I have another reasoning behind Roller Coaster Tycoon, and that is there is a Roblox Roller Coaster Tycoon.
That's fair, yeah.
That you could do more than roller coasters.
Yeah. And let's see, yep, Roller Coaster Tycoon.
It's from Roblox that I figured that out. Because if it wasn't for the Roblox game, I would also think that was specific to roller coasters, but because I know the Roblox game, I remember Dan's duck hat on the teacups.
Yeah.
Good times.
What game allows you to explore the world of Tamriel? Do you have any idea, or do I need the choices?
Choices.
Okay. Elder Scrolls, Dark Souls, Fallout 4, or No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky.
I think so, yeah. Well, No Man's Sky has multiple planets, isn't it?
Is it?
I thought so, because it's like a space game, so wouldn't that be like space
But there
truck?
could be a main world. Or it could be a galaxy. I know
it's not Skyrim.
It's not Skyrim. And it's not...
It's not Fallout.
It's not Fallout. That's why it's like... It's either No Man or...
I'm going to go Dark Souls. Are you locking in No Man's?
Yeah, 50-50.
Okay.
One of us got to be right.
Apparently it's Skyrim.
It's Skyrim. Jolly.
Oh,
nice.
Lovely.
50-50 and we both are wrong. Okay. Let's redeem ourselves.
Man.
Give us another one. Come on, we gotta redeem ourselves. That was rough.
Seth, which video game was developed by Epic Games and released in 2017, becoming one of the most popular Battle Royale games in the world? Was it Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Apex Legends, PUBG, or Fortnite?
Apex did come pretty close. I would have to say Fortnite. That's my final answer. I'm locking it in.
You're wrong. It was Black Ops 4.
That's not even a PR. It's Blackout's the BR. If they did Blackout, I would agree. But
sigh.
Okay.
In which 2020 action-adventure game developed by Sucker Punch Productions do players control a samurai named Jin Sakai on a quest to save his homeland from the Mongol Empire?
Rise of the Ronin.
Is that your answer? Do you want the choices, or are you actually just
you
logging that
can
in?
give the answer unless you have some kind of guess. Just want to throw the the.
I mean, I know
out
this
there.
one.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I recognize the name, so I know this
I'm
one.
going to Rise of the Ronin because that's the only.
Okay. It's Ghost of Tsushima.
Is it Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah.
Say the name again.
Jin Sakai.
Okay, see, it probably just gives you pronounce it really weird because that's probably not how you pronounce it. Because I just saw videos about Ghost of Tsushima because there's a sequel coming out, and that's not what it sounded like when people were talking about the character. So, I blame that on user error of JJ not knowing any languages other than barely English.
Sigh. What video game franchise features a group of humans fighting against an alien species known as the Combine?
Combine. It's a great question, JJ. What do you think?
Is it Half-Life, BioShock, Doom, or Gears of War?
I'm gonna guess Half-Life.
Yeah, I know it's not Gears of War. That's a different species. Doom is too many different species to really.
I mean, isn't it just
be the
Martian
answer.
demons?
I mean, I guess demons covers them all, but like they all have different names that are from different like.
But it's the collective.
They're not aliens though. That's the other thing. They're demons. So
Martian demons. Which is alien to Earth.
Well, in certain games, yeah. Because, like, on this next one, it's going to be, like, a medieval theme, so he's not going to be fighting Martians.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about the plot.
Anyways, I think Half-Life makes sense. We'll go with Half-Life. We are correct.
Cool.
I'm sneezing.
Ugh. Oof.
Okay. Anyways, last question. I want to ask that one, but some of these use like such easy keywords. Like if I say the word imposter, what do you think of?
Murder mystery.
You think of Among Us.
The original
So,
Among
like,
Us.
So like if I read the question where it mentions the word imposter, you're probably going to realize what the answer is before
Imposter
I
is
even
from
finish.
Fortnite. LTM. Wish it wasn't an LTM. Honestly, why is that not here? That's another thing I forgot about. Oh, it's great. Anyway, I'm just talking while you try to find another question.
Here's one. Which 2019 video game developed by Respawn features a single-player story campaign as well as a multiplayer mode in which players can control different heroes with unique abilities?
Valorant?
Is that your answer?
No. Can you give me the answers?
Titanfall, Overwatch, Rainbow Six, or Apex?
Apex.
I think it's probably Apex. Because Apex
It's Apex,
is...
because that was 2019. That's when you got the free battle pass.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's not
you're right.
Titanfall, because Apex was supposed to be Titanfall, and then it was respawned into Apex.
There. Yep.
See, I
Cool.
know game things.
You know some game things.
I think I did fairly fine. Yeah, we did alright. Now you gotta go back and
Some of these questions
check
are just
all of
not
them.
great. But... Yeah.
How'd we do?
Somebody like leave down below what was our score. Like
Each
how
of
many
us,
did-
yeah.
How many did we get right? But yeah, I think that can about sum us up here. So it's been good to have this kind of episode. Yeah. You know, we've done a lot about topics, or we talk about topics, but it's probably important that our audience know a little bit about our opinions on things.
And like you said,
and where
I've
we
now
stand.
stepped out of my zone, so now I can show a little bit more of the knowledge that I have, because all the episodes are FPS.
Yeah, so maybe here's an idea. In the next, once we reach episode 200, if we don't die before then,
That's another 2 years.
If we reach episode 200, we come back and we do something similar, probably not the same thing, but we kind of look back and be like, okay, so this is what you said before to some of these questions. This is what you thought of these games. Have your stances changed? Are they the same? Do you have new, opinions to share?
All right, so JJ, here's what I want to need you to do. You're going to go through the episode. You're going to listen to all the questions you're asking, copy paste them into a Google Doc, and you're going to have it send as an email to you in 2 years from today.
That's actually not too hard. There's sites that just transcribe the entire thing, so I can just have it be transcribed, put it in a what's that one site? Future Me or something
and
like
then
that.
In 2 years,
just have it
from
send
now,
it to me,
which won't be episode 200, but that's around it. Give us close enough, and then be like,
it's not far off.
And then we save it in a Google Doc, and then it's like, well, by then we would prepare. Oh, that's in like a month, and then we have it planned out.
Yeah.
So that's your homework, JJ. Prepare for episode 200.
You ever do homework, my guy?
I literally had to redesign your open doc because whatever you made was abysmal to the eyes of a normal person.
Shaw. I do all the editing. You can do.
I also think of the topics and do the research. Remember the collectors? I watched like 2 hours.
So what? No, nobody asked you to.
I also played 4 hours of Reload to prepare for a Fortnite episode. Did you? No.
Once again, optional.
Not really. We kind of should have someone talk about these things, like play these things. We're going to talk about them.
But Shaw.
Like, imagine we did the Dragon Prince and neither of us watched the Dragon Prince.
Well, then that would be a completely different kind of episode.
Speaking of which, I need to catch up.
So do I. I think I've missed like a
3
season and a half.
Usually 2 or 3 seasons. I think there's like 7 seasons now or something.
Bruh.
Okay, so with the few minutes left, we're coming up on the end of the year. We're obviously going to do a New Year's episode as always. Do you want to maybe say a movie and a game that we're excited for coming up near the end of the year that's not out yet?
Ooh. Well, I would have said Assassin's Creed Shadows, but that got delayed until next year. So.
That's unfortunate to hear. I'll go first while you think. My game for this year that we know is coming out this year, because it would have been Superliminal. We're not sure on the release date on that yet. Right now,
Subliminal.
Subliminal, yeah. Will probably be SAO, Sword Art Online, Fractured Daydream, which is a really cool game. I already stream that a lot, so if you want to see that, I already probably out by the time this is up, actually.
Probably.
What movie? I would have said Beetlejuice. I really enjoyed that. I would probably say of the movies that I know that I'm really excited to see might be A Wild Robot.
Ooh, that's a good one. I might have to steal that one as well.
Go for it.
I'm really hyped to see that. I've always been a huge DreamWorks fan, and with the hype that one's been getting, I'm really excited to see that as well.
There's some other stuff that I'm probably going to see by the end of the year. I know with the end of the month coming up, I want to go see a Ghibli movie in theaters, I think with Wild Robot. But it's just of the movies that I know are going to be coming out this year right now, because we don't have enough time to Google. So that's my answer.
Yeah.
What's your game?
That is very fair. My game,
Hytale.
See, a lot of the games I've been looking forward to coming out like end of this year are like already out or got delayed.
Wait,
so
I need to change my answer. Black Ops 6. What am I saying?
Yeah.
What am I saying? I am really excited for this.
Yeah, Black Ops 6.
No, Black Ops 6. Like, what?
Yeah, no, I that's not mine, but I can very much I'm also excited for that as well. For me, I'd probably have to say this year is such a small window. Probably Indiana Jones: The Great Circle.
Indiana Jones? Okay. I'm looking through some pre-orders.
I'm very interested to see how that goes, because that's for once that's like instead of something going game to movie, it's like movie to game, and it's the same like writers and producers behind it, so it's going to be interesting to see how that translates.
It might change, but what about Life is Strange? I know we both talked about that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't played the original, so if I did, I'd probably be more hyped about it. It does look cool, and I'll probably try it out, but not having played the original,
I'm just looking through the pre-orders that are coming up. I don't know. trying to refresh your memory, because there are some games coming out. Like Planet Coaster 2!
Hooray!
Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support for 100 episodes, 2 years. Been through thick and thin. Been through a lot of rough Fortnite updates.
And Seth not being there for an entire summer.
And me not being here for an entire summer and a few weeks this summer, but then JJ also being off every once in a while. Got a wisdom teeth. So that threw a wrench in things that week. But also...
A little bit.
But also the many, many Minecon disappointments. We're coming up on our third Minecon.
I feel like every Minecon episode was like, we're excited, and then the next one we're excited, disappointed.
Yeah. By the way, next episode will be Minecraft. Guaranteed.
Yes.
Because we were waiting on Minecraft Live announcement, and then it's actually happening. So it's by the time this is out, Minecon would have already happened, so we're both going to play. So look for it next week. And how would you know when we're going to upload next week, JJ? What are some ways you could do that?
You can, for one, join our Discord, where we notify you every time there's a new upload. You can, for two, follow us on Spotify. Where I've done it once.
Exactly.
You can follow us on Spotify, and I think it's like ring the bell or press the heart or something like that, and it'll notify you every time we upload. And I'm sure there's an equivalent button on all of the other platforms as well. So you can press those, ring those, do those.
You might have to go into settings to change like notification, preferences.
Yeah.
Do something. Put us on the top. Because we are peak.
Do things. We are peak. We are peaking our mics every 5 minutes.
Pretty much. I am. Not to say I am. Anyway, thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it. And with that, I'm Dr. Zombrain.
I am Junior
And
Wolf.
this is Nerd Rant. Peace!
Bye.